A gamer's worst fear is bad level design and terrible music choices. Sadly, this game has none of those elements, but there's always next Halloween. Moo ah 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 ah. Hello everybody, today we are reviewing Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. So, the reason why we picked this game for our Halloween special is because it has so many Halloween cliches in it, such as
like mummies, skeletons, Frankenstein monsters, you know.
Things that look like evil. I don't know if Frankenstein's in this game or the mummies, but...
No, yeah, but they've been in other games. And of course, Dracula.
Yes, Dracula's the main person. So the story is basically, somehow Dracula is alive again. I don't know. It said something about Dracula comes back to life like every 100 years or something.
Yeah, this is, you play as Christopher Belmont, a ancestor of Simon Belmont from the original NES game.
Yeah, and it's basically your turn to defeat Dracula, which is awesome. So this game is made by Konami, I think Konami, right?
Yeah, released in 2009 on the Wii Shop channel.
It costs $10
or 1,000 Wii points
in the Wii Shop area, yeah. And I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
it depends if you like the sword game. I like the sword game.
This game is like kind of a remake. I don't really want to call it a full one because it adds new elements. It's supposed to be a remake of the Game Boy Castlevania game, the original,
which was apparently really, really bad.
Yeah, but if you look at the two games like side by side, they look kind of similar, but otherwise you wouldn't really tell this was a remake.
Yes, they've gone really retro in this game. Basically, there's no saves at all. You could only use your whip from side to side, so you could jump and whip, which I don't think, and you could jump and whip. Did they have that in the first NES one? Yeah,
you could jump and whip, but you can only whip right in front of you.
Yeah.
And you couldn't whip on the stairs.
Yeah, but in this game you can whip on the stairs.
Yeah.
Which makes it better.
It's just like a lighthearted like throwback to the retro games. It's not trying to be like a serious or have like a really crazy storyline.
No.
It's supposed to just be like fun.
Really, when I first got this game on WiiWare, basically the game just starts automatically. You just go in, it just tells you the storyline really quick, and then the game just starts. It doesn't tell you controls or anything.
Yeah, pretty much like a retro game.
Speaking of controls, what are the controls?
They're like, well, you know, in the retro Castlevania games, they've always been kind of stiff, and in this one they're stiff too, like, but they're kind of supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, the animations aren't like really fluid.
No.
But, yeah.
And, like, the controls are you use the D-pad to walk around, of course, the jump button to jump, and the other button to attack. I don't really know if it's one or two. Do you know which one it is?
I think a 2 button is jump, and the 1 button is attack.
Okay, there you have it. And then, if you want to throw items, like knives or holy water or axes
yeah.
at something, you hold up and then use the attack button, which is 1.
Yeah, and the health system and the magic system kind of work the same way. You also earn hearts for points. There's a point counter. This game's a big emphasis on points, just like the retro games as well.
Yeah, since you can't save, you're going to be like playing this game over and over again, so you're going to try and get like more points and faster times.
Yeah, what we both thought was kind of cool about this game is every time you like exit the game, like you go to the Wii menu, and you start it again, you start from the beginning. The graphics in this game are also like a 16-bit art style. which looks a lot like Super Castlevania 4.
It looks like SNES graphics, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which are awesome, by the way.
And there's really nothing to complain about with the graphics. It runs at a smooth frame rate, and obviously it doesn't look as good as new games, but it's not supposed to.
Yeah. I like in this game how they also, it's sort of 16-bit, but at the same time they have some, like, the fire effect. When you have, like, enough magic, you could shoot fireballs out of your whip, and that's not really 16-bit.
Yeah, there are a few effects in the game. Like every once in a while, you'll see one where you never find it in an SNES game.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I like how they mix those two.
Yeah, it gives it a little like new flair.
Yeah. So what else are we going to talk about?
The music in this game's like really like
in your face.
Yeah, it's energetic. It's crazy.
It's just like the if you think about a Japanese game, just like crazy music, like do 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 do, and like really intense music.
Like if you've ever played an arcade game, which I'm sure you have, like like Time Crisis music or just any arcade music, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's just right in your face. You guys would definitely like the music if you're into like Time Crisis.
Yeah. So the gameplay is a lot like the older Castlevania games, like the ones before the 64-bit era. It's not like Symphony of the Night at all, where you're exploring. It's really just straightforward side-scrolling.
But you can actually find alternate ways to beat the levels. Like there's alternate routes you could take.
Yeah.
But not many.
Yeah. Yeah, the gameplay is not that deep or like sophisticated, but it's still really enjoyable.
Yeah, you get addicted to it a lot. When Brad was playing, he was getting kind of pissed because the Medusa heads kept on killing him.
Yeah, Medusa heads still get you.
We didn't actually get any footage of the Medusa heads, but yeah, lots of crazy stuff in this game.
Yeah, it just has a lot of retro charm, you know? Like, because we both enjoy retro games.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the background looks really good. Like, all the backgrounds are pretty detailed and bright, and they're amazing.
So, like, the story itself is, it's not as hard as the retro games, Castlevania games, but it's still,
worthy.
Yeah, like, the levels are still, like, the same length. It's just that they won't take you as long because it's a little easier, but it's still, like, hard for gamers of today. Like, they're used to easier games. It's still hard for those people.
Yeah, I still think this is worthy as, like, to have the name Castlevania, though.
Yeah, it's worthy of that title.
Yes, definitely worthy of that title.
There are only 6 stages in this game, right?
Yeah, there are only 6 stages in this game, which is kind of sad. I wish there were more stages, but what are you gonna do? There's only 6.
I mean, the NES games were that kind of length, too.
Yeah, but they're still really fun. It's not like you're gonna beat it in a couple seconds. It'll probably take like a couple, I don't know, like
few hours. I mean, this is kind of a game like you could easily beat in one sitting.
Yeah, like the first levels might take you like 10 minutes to beat.
Yeah.
But when you get into the later levels where you lose a lot of health from boss fights, it gets a little harder.
Yeah, another thing is that this game is really like cheap with the giving you health, like the meat in walls.
Yeah, basically your health is meat. So you need to look for meat inside a wall to like replenish your health. And you'd think that hearts would give you health, but they actually give you points. I mean, why couldn't they just use coins as points? Like Mario. That would make it so much more simple, but I think that was actually in the older games.
Yeah, and in our playthrough, we must have come across maybe 1 or 2 pieces of meat.
Yeah.
Like, through the entire game.
Really?
It's just, I mean, I know there's definitely more, like, that are hidden, but there's really no hint at all that they're there.
Yeah. Really, Konami? You just love to piss us Americans and other Japanese people off. Yeah.
So if you never really got into, like, the new direction the series was taking when Symphony of the Night came out, and you really like the straightforward, simple, side-scrolling style of Castlevania games, then definitely pick this up. You'll enjoy it.
It's a great buy. It's definitely worth $10, I would say.
Yeah.
I think it's worth $10 because I love it and I play it a lot. But, I don't know. It's pretty cool. You don't need to go to the store to buy it. Just buy it from your couch. That's kind of cool. And also, if you haven't been playing your Wii a lot lately because you think that Wii doesn't have any good games, well, you're wrong, because now it does have a good game, even though it came out last year. So, The Wii has always had good games.
Yes, so that's our review of Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, and if you have any ideas for like maybe what we should do next year, because I think we enjoyed doing this Halloween special, we might want to try another one.
Yeah.
Like, if you have any ideas for what game we should review, anything, just put them in the comments below.
Yes. And remember, children, have a happy Halloween!